Boom. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. And I recommend definitely take some notes there, you guys. Like why take notes? You can sit here, you can listen to it, you can reread this. But I had this teacher back in the day. He was a little crazy, but he said one powerful thing. He said, "Written once is 10 times read. Written once is like you've read it 10 times. You're almost inscribing it into your subconscious." So definitely take some notes today, you guys. All right. Let's get, oh yeah, last thing. Nicholas, I almost forgot. Can we raise the roofs for raising consciousness? Woo woo. Raise the roof, raising consciousness, pump those arms, baby. That's what we're here to do. A lot of consciousness is kind of low right now. We're gonna raise the roof, raise consciousness. All right, so a quick station identification so you guys all know what we're doing here. The Alchemy Healing Academy, AHA, is a sacred online school and community devoted to the awakening and soul embodiment of humanity. Our guiding truth is simple: know thyself, heal thyself. Know thyself, heal thyself. Inside our virtual temple, you'll find a rich library of transformational tools, practices, and teachings, all designed to support your healing journey with the guidance, support, and accountability you need to awaken to your highest potential. That's what we're doing. Raise the roof, raise consciousness. You can join the movement at alchemyhealingacademy.com or reach out to me directly to connect with the tribe and step into your role as a force for global transformation. We host it's free community call every Thursday at 6 p.m. And inside the academy each month brings a new theme or topic to keep your growth journey fresh, inspiring, and aligned. I love doing these calls, you guys. I love doing these calls. So please invite a friend. As I mentioned, next week, Chinese face reading, super powerful topic. Also, we have a free school community. So this entire document that I'm sharing with you, we will not get through it. It's literally 14 pages. Like I over deliver on this stuff, and it's literally in the school community. I'm gonna put it up there later. So I'm going to put it again in the chat box for you guys. Maybe if you missed it earlier, but you can get a free access to the school community and access to this entire document. If you're on live, check in with me. I'd love to share the document with you too. All right, who's ready? Raise your hand if you're ready. Woo, wave your hand. I just need to stall you guys while I sip my drink one more time. So let's get into vibrational medicine. And just so you know, this is pretty esoteric today, you guys, but extremely powerful. It's like forgotten wisdom. So I'll flash to you guys one more time. Vibrational Medicine by Richard Gerber. This guy's a freaking genius, a synthesis of amazing information. So today's topic is healing with your hands, how to understand your chakras, the emotional body, and activating enlightenment through meditation. What? You can actually achieve enlightenment through meditation? So let's get into this. So psychic healing as an aspect of human potential. So let me slow down here because I get too excited. A historical look at its evolution through the ages, the use of laying on of hands to heal human illness dates back thousands of years in human history. So let me say, using your hands to heal other people? What? Seems like this may have been hidden. Okay. So let me say, evidence for its use in ancient Egypt is found in the Ebers papyrus, dated at about 1552 BC. This document describes in the use of laying on of hands as a healing for medical treatment. We can heal ourselves with our hands. 4 centuries before the birth of Christ, the Greeks used therapeutic touch therapy in their Asclepian temples for healing the sick. If you doesn't know what Asclepian is, that's the rod that like medical people wear. Like there's the caduceus, there's also the Asclepian rod, the rod of Asclepsis. Okay. So the writings of Aristophanes detail the use of laying on of hands in Athens to restore a blind man's sight and return fertility to a barren woman. The Bible has many references to the laying on of hands for both medical and spiritual applications. It is well known that many of the miraculous healings of Jesus were done by the laying on of hands. Jesus said, "These things I do, so can ye do, and more." Laying on of hands healing was considered part of the work of the early Christian ministry, as much as preaching and administering the sacraments. In the early Christian church, laying on of hands was combined with the sacramental use of holy water and oil. And just before I go any further, you guys, like laying on of hands to heal, what? That doesn't work. What about this book? Whose hands are these? Whose hands are these? I read this book years ago. What's funny, I used to go to the library and I would just like intuitively like put my hand out and grab a book. And I got this book and it's actually signed by the guy that wrote it. So if you don't think you can use your hands to heal, and then wait, one more. Quantum touch healing? What? We can heal with our hands? What? You guys, I'm not an expert at this, but why are all these books out? Jennifer, you have a question. I see your hand raised. Oh, you I saw your hand was raised. You're good. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, no worries, Jennifer. So just remind you guys, look, I'm not making this up. You can heal people with your hands. Why would Western medicine want you to know this? You know, what you have to do is learn how to meditate and slow down, get out of fight or flight mode. Because I find this hilarious. All right, like how are we not taught this in school? That's why we have this healing community. And thank you for all the love. Soul Treats tunes in, just gives me lots of love. I might actually make 5 cents from TikTok today. So, all right, let's keep going. Are you guys enjoying this so far? Healing the hands, pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So, a number of early researchers into the mechanism of healing theorized on the likely magnetic nature of the energies involved. One of the earliest proponents of a magnetic vital force of nature was the controversial physician Theophrastus Bombastus von Hohenheim. I love his name, otherwise known as Paracelsus, he who is above Celsius. In addition to his discoveries of new drug therapies, Paracelsus found the sympathetic system of medicine, according to which the stars in other bodies, especially magnets, influence humans by means of a subtle emanation or fluid that pervaded all of space. And we actually go very deep into Paracelsus's teaching. We'll be getting into that later this year in Alchemy. His theory was an attempt to explain the apparent link between human beings and the stars and other heavenly bodies. Paracelsus' sympathetic system may be viewed as an early astrological insight into the influences of the planets and stars on human illness and behavior. Interesting. Interesting, right? You can heal with your hands, especially when your nervous system is calm. So, the proposed link between humans and the heavens above, wait, between humans and the heavens above was through a subtle pervasive fluid, perhaps an early construct of the ether, which can existed throughout the universe. He attributed magnetic qualities to this subtle substance and felt that it possessed unique qualities of healing. He also concluded that if this force was possessed or wielded by someone, then that person could arrest or heal diseases in others. Ooh. Paracelsus stated that the vital force was not enclosed inside an individual, but rather it radiated within and around him or her like a luminous sphere, which could be made to act at a distance. You guys, I do distance healing sessions. By the way, if you need support, reach out. I do distance healing sessions, and they're pretty awesome, clearing chakras and all this stuff. So, considering the accuracy of his description of the energies surrounding people, one wonders whether or not Paracelsus could clairvoyantly observe the human auric field. In the century following Paracelsus' death, the magnetic tradition was carried on by Robert Flood, a physician or mystic. You guys, please take notes and go double check and go use AI or Google, whatever you need. Like, is this really true? Go do your homework, you guys. Don't take my word for it. Flood was considered to be one of the most prominent alchemical theorists of the early 17th century. He emphasized the role of the sun in the health and as a source of light and life. The sun was considered the purveyor of life beings required for all living creatures. Flood felt that this super celestial and invisible force in some way manifested in all living things and that it entered the body through the breath. Maybe we should do more breath work, you guys. This is similar to last month when we were doing psychic energy meditations. Put a 1 in the chat box if you remember the psychic energy meditations from last month, right? You'd imagine the sun pouring into your body, right? It's weird how all of my teachings, they're kind of connected and they're all these different books. That's the thing I found in all my teachings. Like they're all saying the same thing. We've just forgotten, okay? Quick sip of my drink. So, one is reminded of the Indian concept of prana, the subtle energy within sunlight, which is assimilated through the process of breathing. Many esotericists feel that by mentally directing the visualized stream of inhaled prana, healers may focus this etheric energy through their hands and into a patient. Guys, whose hands are these? Quantum touch. It's all the information is out there. We're remembering, right? So Flood also believed that the human being possessed the qualities of a magnet. Interesting. Flood also believed that human beings possess the qualities of a magnet. Okay. In 1778, a radical healer stepped forward to say that he could achieve remarkable therapeutic success without the need of patients' faith in the healing powers of Jesus or himself. Franz Anton Mesmer claimed that the healing results which he obtained came through the enlightened use of a universal energy which he called fluidium. Are you guys taking notes? I even wrote it on the page. Are you taking notes? You should be writing this down. Like written once is 10 times read, 10 times read. Get it into your heads, you guys, how powerful you are. There is an interesting similarity between the terminology of Mesmer's fluidium and the ethereal fluidium mentioned in Riserson's channel material, the substance of the etheric body. Mesmer claimed that fluidium was a subtle physical fluid that filled the universe and was the connecting medium between people and other living things and between living organisms, the earth and the heavenly bodies. This theory is quite similar to Paracelsus' astrological concept of sympathetic medicine. Mesmer suggested that all things in nature possessed a particular power which manifested itself through special actions upon bodies. He felt that all physical bodies, animals, plants, and even stones were impregnated with this magical fluid. Sounds like a master alchemist to me. Getting so much love, but thank you, Soul Treats. Thank you. During his early medical research in Vienna, Mesmer discovered that placing a magnet over areas of the body afflicted with disease would often affect a cure. Experiments with patients who had nervous disorders often produced unusual motor effects. Mesmer noted that successful magnetic treatments frequently induced pronounced physical spasms and jerks. He came to believe that the magnets he used for therapy were mainly conductors of an ethereal fluid which issued forth from his own body to create subtle healing effects in patients. He considered this vital force or fluid to be of magnetic nature, referring to it as animal magnetism. Animal magnetism. Definitely do some research on this, you guys, to distinguish it from mineral or ferromagnetism. Just pulling up this chat box so I can see it on the side here. Yeah, absolutely, Curtis. Invisible, unknown
Yeah, I
substance.
was just saying that science, I mean, it's scientific, it's not even debated that, a large percentage of what we see, the mass majority of what we see, we don't know what it is. They have
Right?
no even they don't know what it is.
Yep, that's very true. That's what we're doing our best to remind people. That's how we heal. Thank you for sharing that, Curtis. All right, so where was I? So through his research, and this is the part that I always say that the future of health, healing, and medicine, you guys, is our emotions and our nervous system. The future. And then I read it in this book. Through his research, Mesmer came to believe that this subtle energetic fluid was somehow associated with the nervous system, especially when his treatments would often cause involuntary muscle spasms and tremors. He hypothesized that the nerve and bodily fluids conveyed the fluidium to all areas of the body, where it animated and revitalized those parts. Mesmer's concept of fluidium is reminiscent of the ancient Chinese theory of qi energy, which flows through the meridians, feeding the vital life force to the nerves and tissues of the body. And just to remind you guys, next month's topic is 5-element theory. We're going to go very deep into that. I just have my 5-element thing here, but I don't. So 5-element theory. So like each month we're going into the same topic in different, same thing in different ways, different topics. So Mesmer realized that the life sustaining and regulating actions of the magnetic fluidium were integral to the basic processes of homeostasis and health. When the individual was in a state of health, he or she was considered to be in harmony with these most basic laws of nature as expressed by a proper interplay of the vital magnetic forces. So like literally like you have to oversimplify it, as I always say with my beautiful sticker, it's a harmony between yin and yang. Masculine energy is electric, feminine energy is magnetic. If they are imbalanced, you get sick. You get sick. It's really, really simple, you guys. You want to balance these energies. And he talks about magnetic energy because a lot of people are out of touch with the feminine magnetic energy. So if disharmony occurred between the physical body and these subtle forces of nature, sickness was the end result. Mesmer later realized that the best source of this universal force was the human body itself. What? Mesmer later realized the best source of this universal force was the human body itself. It's because we're all our own healers, guys. He felt the most active points of energetic flow were from the palms of the hands. Remember, you guys, whose hands are these? Yours. They're yours. By placing the practitioner's hands on patients for direct healing, energy was allowed a direct route to flow from the healer to the patient. Because of Mesmer's influence during this revolutionary period in French history, the technique of laying on hands, otherwise known as magnetic passes, became quite popular. Remember, you guys, quantum touch. Like this is not something that's just in one book. It's in many books. Many people aren't reading. That's why I'm synthesizing this information to remind you guys of how powerful you are. Now, unfortunately, many scientific observers at the time considered mesmerism to be merely an act of hypnosis and suggestion. To this day, many scientists still refer to hypnosis as mesmerism, thus the origin of the term mesmerize. In 1784, the King of France appointed a commission of inquiry into the validity of Mesmer's experiments in healing. Among the commission were members of the Academy of Sciences, the Academy of Medicine, the Royal Society, as well as the American statesman scientist Benjamin Franklin. The experiments which they devised were constructed to test the presence or absence of the magnetic fluidium, which Mesmer claimed was the healing force behind his therapeutic successes. Unfortunately, none of the tests devised by the commission were concerned with the measurement of fluidium's medical effects. The conclusion of the prestigious commission was that fluidium did not exist. Although they did not deny Mesmer's therapeutic successes with the patients, they felt that the medical effects which Mesmer produced were due to sensitive excitement, imagination, and imitation of other patients. Interestingly, a committee of the medical section of the Académie des Sciences examined animal magnetism in 1831 and accepted Mesmer's viewpoint. However, despite this validation, Mesmer's work never achieved widespread recognition. It's almost like it's been hidden from us. It's almost like it's been hidden. I wonder why they would hide us and give us all kinds of petroleum pharmaceutical drugs, which are making us sicker, and everyone has cancer now. Interesting. So, as more recent laboratory investigations into the physiological effects of laying on of hands have confirmed the magnetic nature of these subtle healing energies, researchers have demonstrated that Mesmer's understanding of the magnetic nature of the subtle energies of the human body was centuries ahead of his contemporaries. As will be shown, direct measurement of these energies by conventional tools of electromagnetic detection are as difficult today as during Mesmer's time. Mesmer also discovered that water could be charged with this subtle magnetic force, and that the stored energy from bottles of healer-treated water could be transmitted to sick patients by way of metallic iron rods, which the patients would hold in their hands. The storage device which was used to relay healing energy from charged water to patients was known as the baquelle. Although today many consider Mesmer to have been a great hypnotist, there are few who really understand the pioneering nature of his research in the subtle magnetic energies of healing. Ooh. You guys dig that or what? Give me a 5 in the chat box if you enjoyed that section right there while I sip on some tea. Love that. Throw me a 5 if you're all the way live. All right, let's get into the chakra dynamics and move this down a little bit to the next page. All right. And just remind you guys, this whole document, we will not get through all of it. It will be in the school community. I really want more people to join so we can get more action. You'll get reminders of our group calls. Okay. If you're on live, reach out to me. I'd love to have you join our school community as well. It's only free. Okay. So, chakra dynamics and the spiritual lessons of personal evolution. This shit is juicy right here, my guys. All right. And my ladies and my guys. So, each of the 7 major chakras has its particular emotional and spiritual lesson to be learned. I'm going to read that again because that's so important. Each of the 7 major chakras has its particular emotional and spiritual lesson to be learned. The chakras connect the organs, glands, and nervous centers of the body with the vital forces which animate the physical body. The degree to which an individual is successful in dealing with the particular lessons inherent in each chakra will determine the amount of subtle energy flow which can move into the body to maintain proper health. Remind you guys, I'm a certified quantum healer. I do chakra testing. I had a client today who has all these health problems, and I tested their chakras, and everything aligned with what's going on in their chakras and their physical symptoms. They're like, how did you do all that? Well, I tested their energetic body. This is all very, very real. Okay. When a chakra is experiencing abnormality because of improper attitudes, your attitude affects your altitude. You can write that note down. Attitude affects your altitude. Let me start again. When a chakra is functioning abnormally because of improper attitudes, old self-depreciating message tapes, fear and guilt, the organs which receive vital flow from the chakra become affected. Total avoidance of a particular lesson can result in blockage of the chakra and inadequate vital flow to the associated organs. This essentially is called soul lessons. If you ignore learning specific lessons in this lifetime, you will get sick. Well, we're going to learn about this more next week in Chinese face reading, okay? The lack of subtle energy flow due to chakra underactivity may manifest as degenerative, destructive, and cancerous lesions in the deprived chakra-associated organs. Conversely, over-exaggeration and over-focusing on particular emotional issue to an extreme degree can result in too much energy flow through a chakra. Chakra overactivity can result in an overstimulation of the associated gland, overproduction of cells in the form of tumor growth and inflammation. And you can see here, I'll just put this little diagram up for you guys to look how we got the root chakra, sacral chakra, how it's affecting the body. Those of you who are live, please reach out to me next time. You can join the Zoom call and you can see these pictures. I usually only have a few pictures, but thank you so much, Soul Treats. I'm getting so much. Yeah, face reading next week, Soul Treats. Tune in. I want you to have you live on the call. You want to see that one. So you can see different levels: physiological, personal, and spiritual. And the one that connects all of them, you guys, is right here. It's the heart, the most important one, because it bridges the bottom, the above, and the below. It's the most important one. We're going to activate all the flower, the petals of the lotus flower in that heart space. So we'll come back to that if needed. But let's keep going. As can be seen in diagram 29, the lower two chakras, the root and sacral, are classified as physiological in nature. They are related to the basic processes of absorption, assimilation, excretion, and reproduction. The primal issues dealt with at this level of groundedness, connection to the earth, sexuality, and survival instincts. These might be considered earthier issues of spiritual development, which must be adequately addressed and mastered in order for consciousness to rise to higher levels of focus. The third, fourth, and fifth chakras. Remind you guys, I do chakra testing. If you want to hop on a session with me and do a chakra testing, please let me know. I do chakra clearing and I do it remotely as well. So the third, fourth, and fifth chakras, solar plexus, heart, and throat, are considered to be related to more issues of personal development and individuation. These issues include establishment of a sense of personal power in relation to self and one's external relationships, development of the higher love nature and expressing love towards self and others, and communication and mastery of the will or discipline. From lowest to highest, these chakras process energies originating at the lower astral, higher astral, and lower mental levels of vibration, respectively. Remember, this book's all about vibrational medicine, vibration, respectively. On a physiological level, these centers control the processes of digestion and purification, circulation, respiration, and immune defense, and the preservation of the integrity of the self. Integrity of the self. Most people these days, you guys, they're struggling with themselves because they do not know themselves. They've not done their shadow work. They've not integrated their dark emotional pain. And so their chakras are out of alignment. That's why I got certified in chakra testing, because it saved my life. If I hadn't got into this stuff, I wouldn't be here teaching you guys this. Where was I? The higher major chakras, the brow and crown centers, are primarily spiritual in nature. The brow center helps to direct the higher spiritual forces from the higher mental to the causal and higher vibrational levels into the third eye. The process of subtle energy assimilation through the brown chakra assists the individual in intuitive decision making and seeing beyond the physical level. Clairvoyance. Remember, last month was psychic abilities in this academy. As the name implies, the crown chakra is the highest center. The seventh chakra is especially activated when the individual is attuned toward inner searching for the meaning of life, during the practice of meditation and through the process of spiritual seeking. In reality, the first three centers, root, sacral, and solar plexuses, form a lower triad of physiological and grounding functions. The uppermost three centers, throat, brow, and crown chakras, form the higher spiritual triad. The throat center is also involved in the receptivity to higher vibrational influences via the mechanism of clairaudience. The heart chakra is the bridge, you guys. It is the bridge. That's why we always talk about the heart. The center of the word heart is ear. We have to listen to our hearts. Don't listen to the news. Don't listen to all the BS people are saying. Maybe listen to some of the stuff I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's all within you. It's in your heart. And if you want more proof, what's the leading killer? Heart disease, because so many people are disconnected from their hearts. So I'll say it again. The heart chakra is the bridge between the upper and lower triads. It is only through the manifestation of one's higher love nature that one can unite with higher and lower energies. Higher and lower energies. There it is, you guys, the most ancient symbol, higher and lower energies. The ultimate expression and the unfoldment of the heart chakra is unconditional love in the active demonstration of Christ consciousness. Ooh. Are you having fun so far? Give me a 6 in the chat box. Throw me a 6. Throw me a 6 if you're commenting on live. You guys can tell I love teaching this. Imagine when we get 100 people on these calls. Imagine when I'm on stages speaking this stuff. I don't even like you guys. I don't want to do this. I have to. We have to get this wisdom out to more people. I'm so passionate about getting people to do their healing work. Thank you all so much for supporting me. I truly, truly appreciate you. All right. Now, whenever it's in bold, it's the juicy stuff. When one learns to develop and manifest the higher spiritual aspects of the heart chakra, one comes closer to eliminating physical disease, not only from the heart and associated organs, but also from the entire physical body. I'm just going to sit on that for a second. Did you guys hear what I just said? Like, throw your hand. Did you guys hear me? Did you hear what I said? Did you hear that? Let me read it again. When one learns to develop and manifest the higher spiritual aspects of the heart chakra, one comes closer to eliminating physical disease, not only from the heart and associated organs, but also from the entire physical body. As I've said to you guys many times, my father was a sound mixer, and he told me the center of the word heart is ear. If you ever take one message from me, listen to your heart. It's yours. It's your heart, you guys. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you're going to do anything I say, listen to your heart. Now, up to this point, we've examined the subtle energy pathways which link the major chakras to the normal functioning of the human body. Each main chakra provides nutritive energy for the health and homeostatic maintenance of the body's integrated physiological systems. An individual's level of emotional growth, very important, and spiritual development is directly linked to the functioning and openness of each major chakra. Right? Like I said, you guys, you need help, I can test your chakras and tell where you're out of balance. The amount of chakra energy flow in turn affects the physiology of the physical organs of the body. You guys, if you're getting sick and you're not healing, go get your chakras tested. Like literally, it saved my life. I'm not trying to like sell you guys on anything, but being healthy. Western medicine is very expensive. It's not working. Go get your chakras tested. If you have someone struggling, like I do chakra testing. I learned from an Oriental medical doctor. I can help you. I know advanced people to help you too. That's what this is all about. Now, if a chakra is blocked, then there will be an associated difficulty in the organ or organs which receive energy from that center. There is a key symbolism behind the location of illness in the body and the emotional blockage that is occurring within the personality. An understanding of how emotional and spiritual difficulties can create disease in the body is based on a broad working knowledge of how the chakras affect physical and mental illness. You guys, this is mental illness too. What do you like you guys think like pharmaceutical drugs? Maybe you need pharmaceutical drugs, but maybe there's something going on at an energetic level too, and you need to test your chakras. Maybe examine it. You guys, I had to spend $30,000 and go through serious mental health problems because my body wouldn't heal. And then I found all this stuff and it saved my life. So please, if you need support, reach out. We have a community. We host retreats. Like we're doing the work. This is real. All right. Now this right here is freaking gold. This is straight from the book. This is not my opinion. If this is a big if, I should turn that to a capital IF. If physicians understood that emotional and spiritual blockages were indirectly responsible for organ dysfunction in the body, there would be more attention directed to dealing with the patient's psychotherapeutic needs and not just with the pharmaceutical and surgical aspects of a patient's care. Conventional medical treatments are necessary at this time to deal with the disease process that manifests, but vibrational therapies can often augment their effectiveness. The various subtle energy treatments, flower essences, gem elixirs, crystals, and color therapies work at the level of the chakras and subtle body to assist in energy rebalancing. It is the physician's lack of knowledge. Let me say that again very clearly. This is not my opinion, but from this book, okay? And he is an MD. He is an MD. It is the physician's lack of knowledge of the chakras in subtle bodies and their relationship to illness that keeps many practitioners from understanding the great potential of the vibrational remedies that have been discussed throughout this book. And like I said, you guys, like I'm just reading from this phenomenal book. This book is amazing. Highly recommend putting it in your library. Now, perhaps one of the simplest, most powerful methods of opening, activating, and cleansing blockages in the chakras is through the techniques of meditation. What's the name of the book again? I'll flash it for you in that. Vibrational Medicine. They asked him, what is it? It's not that difficult of a book to read. You know, sometimes I have books that are difficult to read. This one's not too bad. Okay. So we're gonna get some more good shit, you guys. I'm dropping wisdom bombs on y'all. So perhaps one of the simplest and most powerful methods of opening, activating, and cleansing blockages in the chakras is through the techniques of meditation. Although meditation is sought by many as a source of relaxation, it is much more than that. In addition to providing relaxation to the body, meditation opens the mind to the energies of the higher self. It helps to clear the mind of the day-to-day concerns of the earthly personality and allows higher information to be processed through the individual's consciousness. Most forms of meditation do this to some degree or another. However, certain meditative techniques are more powerful than others in accelerating this process of inner communication. You guys, we have a whole library of meditations. If you actually join, there's a free version in the school. We also have a paid version that has all these meditations that you can access and get all this information downloaded into your system by practicing them. Now, when traumatic emotional events occur, which holds back one's growth in a particular needed direction, there is an associated blockage acquired in one of the chakras of the body. This blockage is an impediment to the natural flow of the creative Kundalini energies up the spinal cord to the higher chakras. To varying degrees, certain stresses which are acquired through the course of one's life become locked into an area of the subtle body and its associated area in the physical musculoskeletal system. The daily practice of meditation, done over a period of many years, results in the gradual upliftment of the Kundalini energies, which in turn opens each of the chakras from the root on up to the crown chakra. As the chakras are opened, subtle stresses that have been occurred throughout the individual's life are slowly dissipated. Releasing the blockages to energy flow through a chakra is partly due to the cleansing and opening effect of the Kundalini energy or Kundalini forces, but it is also related to the gradual realization of the emotional and spiritual lessons necessary to the proper functioning of that chakra. The meditational process assists in the learning of such important life lessons over time as the conscious personality begins to understand the reasons for the existing blockages. This information comes slowly to the individual through meditation as he or she learns to listen to the inner wisdom of their own higher self. Now, when I say this to you guys, this is why I love this book. I tell people, I'm not a doctor. I am not a therapist. I am a detective. I use my book, Shadow Work, to help people to figure out what's going on psychologically. And I do chakra testing to help people what's going on in their energetic body. We put the two together, and then people begin healing themselves. And I also have a range of meditation, as I mentioned, that you can get access to in our online school. It's all about empowering you. You guys, the reason why I'm teaching all this, I really want you to learn it and teach your friends. Please teach your friends and family. Like I had a client just lost their dad to cancer last week. Please start learning this stuff. It's so much bigger to me than just a business. Like this is how we heal the planet. We've got to do the work. Now, what meditation does? Meditation helps to build a subtle energy bridge of learning and communication, which connect the physical personality to knowledge contained within their own higher vibrational structure of consciousness. Let me read that again because it's so valuable, you guys. Meditation helps to build subtle energy bridges of learning and communication, which connect the physical personality to knowledge contained within their own higher vibrational structures of consciousness. You guys will see, like when your chakras are out of balance, see this picture? That's what happens when your chakras are out of balance. I would say years ago, I had a healer work on me. They're like, your auric field is like Swiss cheese. You see this auric field? They have tears all over the place. I'm telling you guys, no amount of Western medicine will fix this. You have to do energetic healing. And then you see down here, this is what a healthy auric field looks like. See how it's like aura, AU is gold, Ra is light. It's golden light emanating from your body. Do you think this person right here is going to get sick? Probably not. They're probably not going to get sick. I'm sorry you guys can't see this on the live, but I have a picture of a person whose auric field is all torn and messed up and whatnot. I'll even pull it up real quick for you guys when you guys look at the picture here online. So essentially, this comes from this book, Hands of Light. And you have two different auric fields here. You have one person, I'm just pulling up for those of you watching live. Somebody has a torn auric field. You guys are seeing that online. And then they actually do their inner work. They do their shadow work and they heal at an energetic level, and boom, your body heals itself. You will rarely get sick. In Taoist alchemy, you call it a Taoist immortal when you do this work. You can't pay somebody to do this for you. You can pay someone to teach you, but you actually have to do this inner work. And that's why I created this academy, to make it very easy for you. This will save you thousands of dollars in medical costs. You guys, I spent $30K before I started learning this stuff. I had to go through a serious dark night of the soul. Thank God, because now I know how to help other people. Now, how are we doing on time? Doing good. I want to stop in like 5 or so minutes for some questions, some Q&A. Now, learning about the obstacles we have chosen to overcome and the necessary activation energy needed to achieve these goals can make life on the physical plane much easier for us. Humans need only learn that they already possess the required equipment and energy to realize these goals. It has often been said that it is unfortunate that human beings do not come with an owner's maintenance manual. But in a sense, meditation allows one to enter into states of consciousness that allow access to information equivalent to an owner's consciousness maintenance manual. Like, you guys, what that means is your ego is blocking you. It's like, oh, I'm going to figure this out. That's your masculine mind. When you balance your masculine and feminine energies, you're going to tap into your higher self. You're going to get downloads. They're going to tell you what you actually need. Your ego's like, oh, I'm going to figure it out. It's your masculine energy. Okay. And nothing wrong with the masculine. But if you don't learn how to tune into your body, connect with your higher self, it's really about bringing your energy down into your lower dantian, which we are going to do in our meditation later. That connects you to your higher self, and you will get downloads. Like this, I got multiple books that teach this, you guys. I'm not playing around. This is how you heal yourself. If you want to spend like $30K on Western medicine like I did and learn the hard way, good luck, mother trucker. Good luck. All right. Now let's get back to the presentation. This information is already stored in our higher memory banks, but it is locked up and inaccessible to the waking personality unless special codes are entered through the biocomputer of the human mind. By entering these special codes into the mechanism of consciousness, Meditation allows one to access both subconsciousness, which is down below, and super consciousness, these memory banks, to gain a greater understanding of the hidden aspects of oneself. The use of symbolic imagery in meditation allows one to utilize the gateway of the right cerebral, the right side is the feminine, the right cerebral hemisphere, to tap into higher levels of human awareness. These methods can be used to acquire greater understanding of the reasons behind various obstacles of stresses that may be occurring at a particular period in our life path. Powerful stuff, you guys. That's like, you understand, like, this is why I'm so keen. Like, I've watched so many people that I love suffer. I have suffered until I found this stuff, and this stuff saved my life. We'll go for another few minutes. And the key thing, you guys, like, I'm going to talk about this more next week when we get into Chinese face reading. Amazing topic next week. If you want to, anybody live, please message me. You can tune in so you can see the pictures. Is that like your soul will put you through an experience and will keep putting you through that experience over and over. And people are going to doctors and therapists and taking drugs, but they're not listening to their soul. Their soul is like screaming at you. And that's why shadow work is soul work, because you're repressing an aspect of yourself. You're a belief, you're repressing an emotion. The more you suppress it, the bigger it gets in your unconscious. And it's basically your soul screaming at you. Okay, you're not going to learn the lesson. You're going to do it again. You're going to find the same person. You're going to date that same person again. Like, oh, you didn't learn that lesson from mommy and daddy? Fine, you're going to relive it. It's just your soul, bro. And so when you actually start to figure this stuff out, and a lot of it comes down to calming your nervous system, boom, that's when you're going to access your highest potential. Guys, everything I'm teaching, it's all within you. I always say, remember, part of the word remember is ember. In some of our other alchemical teaching, it's called secret fire. Okay, I'm not going to get into that right now, but secret fire is inside of you. It's in the heart. Okay, this symbol is really, it's just about embodying your soul. All right, am I getting amped up enough for you guys? Are you not entertained? Nicholas, are you entertained, my friend? Are you not entertained? I'm trying to make this deep ass wisdom fun. So your soul is trying to speak to you guys. Now, as the obstacles of life are overcome, especially those blockages that we ourselves have created, the impediments to inner creative energy flow are dissolved, and the Kundalini's path of ascension is made easier to climb. I love this quote right here. Most of the time, the obstacles that have been created are not in the external world, but exist only within the faulty perception of the self. It's like mic drop. Oh, it's me? What? It's me? I'm the one creating it? What? Gotta pace myself? It's crazy. So removing the blocks to the perception of truth brings human beings closer to the realization that they are manifestations of light, love, and the energies of the Creator. Meditation is one of those powerful tools that can bring each individual in time, remember, time backwards is emit because it's all energy, to a realization of these higher truths and a better understanding of the seeming life struggle that is being played out upon the physical realm. During embryogenesis, the subtle energy bodies, including the etheric and astral templates, are formed before the physical body develops. The chakras that develop in the fetus, etheric and astral form, are affected by the energies carried over from the previous lives of the incarnating soul. So you guys will keep coming back and keep coming back and relearning the same lesson. If the chakras in the fetal body do not provide the necessary sustaining energies to the developing organs, there can be underdevelopment of particular cellular structures at the physical level. Thus, a severe blockage in the heart center relating to either an inability to express love or too much negativity, aka also known as hard-heartedness, in a past life may manifest as a congenital heart defect in the newborn. Now, karmic illnesses may appear as developmental abnormalities in the infant, and they may occur later in life of the individual. The chakras are the energy repositories of karma. One might say that the chakras are like batteries which store karmic energy charges. Chakras absorb the subtle energies which relate to the development of the soul in previous lives and assist in the transformation of the physical body to express unlearned spiritual lessons in the form of physical illnesses. These diseases pose problems and obstacles for the personality to overcome during the present lifetime. Such obstacles can serve as either stumbling blocks or points of personal and spiritual transformation, depending upon whether the individual can discover the esoteric meaning behind his or her diseases. You guys, a lot of times when you're sick, it's your soul trying to give you a message. I have like multiple books where whatever sickness you have, please contact me. I can tell you what the spiritual meaning is. That's I use all my books as different roadmaps. And I think we'll probably stop about there. But you guys, like I said, this document, I'm going to have it up here in the classroom, right, in the community. I'm going to post it. All right. See, I remind you guys the call this week. I put reminders here also. You can get 10 tips for psychic self defense, how to deal with narcissistic energy vampires. And I put like all the teachings, everything is put in here. So when you join the free, it's free school, you'll get access to all this stuff and you get reminders for our calls. Also, a reminder once again, next week is Chinese face reading. I'll put that in the chat box again. You guys, please share that with your friends. I actually spent, I think, $50 to $100 promoting on Facebook as well. But let's just look a little bit further down this document. It goes deeper into how to achieve enlightenment through meditation. It might be valuable to learn, like how to achieve enlightenment. You could wait till the next lifetime or wait 5 more lifetimes. Why not? Just why would you read it? But hey, guys, I'm joking around. But he goes very deep into explaining all this stuff. There's a few more pages we didn't have time to get into because I want to hear from you guys. What did you enjoy about today's presentation? Thank you for everybody who tuned in on live. So for a few minutes, who has something they'd like to share about the presentation today? I'd love to hear from you. Anybody? Did you learn anything fantastic? And thank you for everybody who tuned in live. Next week, Chinese face reading. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. So, any thoughts, comments? Were you not entertained? Anything you want to share? Anna Bobana. I learned previously about color therapy in 2004. Nice.
I have
And
a quick.
what's up?
Hey, so could you talk or address just a minute, or tell me what your thoughts are about Reiki versus like quantum healing touch?
So like I'm not a Reiki expert, but I do quantum healing. I'm a certified quantum healer. 3 years ago, I got certified, and now I actually train other people to be quantum healers. So, like I said, I'm not an expert in Reiki, but I know that through quantum healing, it's about assessing and testing chakras. And I have had Reiki work done on me, which really has a lot to do with quantum touch and working with your hand chakras and helping people. And so, it's really about each person. If you're doing, whether you're doing Reiki, oh, I made 2 cents from TikTok. Nice. Like 2 cents, guys. So, yeah, like the key thing to recognize, like whether you're doing quantum healing or you're doing Reiki healing, for me, it's really about the meditations because you really need to be accessed in working with that fluidium and whatnot. Like I teach this stuff. I'm still learning with you guys, but it's really about you being tapped into the quantum field. Like for years, I've been sober and my energy is very clean. So like if I'm going to work with people, I want it to be very clean. And so like that makes me more intuitive when I'm working with my clients. I'll get like just kind of intuitive hits and whatnot. But when it comes to the energetic healing aspect, it really comes down to your nervous system being calm, attuned, and aligned. And that kind of gives you the ability to work with those like hand chakras and whatnot. Hopefully that answered your question a little bit because I'm not an expert in Reiki. I always like to be honest if I don't know something.
Well, I did get certified in Reiki, but I felt like it's like a jumping off point. I felt like there was like more. I felt like something for me, this is my experience,
Yeah.
That talking about the fluidium, I'm going to really jump into that and deep dive into that because I think that's going to answer or like fill in a lot of gaps for me in terms of energy healing.
Yes. Well, that, like, as I mentioned, like the whole goal of this group is to like remind people that we are our own healers, right? We have an entire system where like literally, like I don't watch much TV, you guys, like you turn on the TV And like 2 out of 3 commercials is a pharmaceutical drug. You guys notice that? It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh
you
my
need this
gosh.
drug, you need this drug, you need this drug. It's like they're doing everything they can to drug us to fucking death, you guys. Like it's
Right.
obvious. It's just like, like even my mom, who's not that spiritual, she's like, there's a lot of drug commercials. Like, are they trying to get everybody drugged up? I'm like, yeah, mom. Because like, just funny. My mom was noticing it, right? But
My favorite ones are the ones where they have like 50 people dancing down the street while they're talking about like half of them have diarrhea and half of them want to kill themselves. I'm like, okay, so
Bonjoro.
out of those 50 people, half of those people are about to shit their pants.
Right, and then you see below all the side effects, and you're like who the fuck would take this shit? You're like, are you like you guys like that's what blows my mind. Like people are really watching these commercials. Like, hey, doc, I really want my left nipple to fall off when I take this drug that helps me with my restless leg syndrome. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Mhm.
But Annette, someone answer your question a little bit for you? You can do a little more research on your own.
Yes, I appreciate your perspective. Thank you.
That I mean, like this is such like one of the deepest subjects, you guys. That's why I love teaching it. Like I mentioned years ago, I started reading all these books. And I'm like, if I know this shit, it doesn't mean anything. I need to be teaching this to other people. And then like I taught this presentation last year. So each time I read it more, I go over it more. And then when I'm coaching my clients, I'm able to call on this information much faster. And the other goal with you guys is you guys start to look at it and do some of your own research and empower you guys to become your own healers too. That's how we beat the system that's trying to drug us to death. I mean, it's becoming pretty obvious it's not working. And like I mentioned, like even you have insurance and they won't even fund the treatments that you need. So it's just the other thing too. I have one of my clients, she's a very wealthy and successful person. She's trying to get to see this doctor and like, oh, it's going to be 4 months before you see the doctor. It's like, what's the point of even having money if you can't even go see these advanced like doctors because they're so booked up? So it's crazy. But you guys, the beauty of all this is the more we have these conversations, these weekly calls, and we talk about this stuff, it normalizes the fact that we are very powerful and we start to incorporate these skills and we become our own healer. So thank you, Annette. I really appreciate you being on the call. Anybody else want to share before we get into meditation? Any other thoughts? Did you enjoy the presentation? Just give me a thumbs up. You have fun today? You enjoy it? Cool. All right. So let's get into a little meditation. Anna Babana says, since childhood, I worked with the power of healing, crystals, and meridian pathways. I'm naturally clairvoyant. I've learned through my own experience the importance of natural healing through herbs, rebalancing your chakras. I've seen so many auras clogged with plasma matter due to the lack of rebalancing and healing process within your own body. Recently, I'm learning hypnosis. It's powerful. Yes, that's right, you guys. And you guys, next month's going to be like, in next week, Chinese face reading, fantastic topic. The week after that, this book is phenomenal too. Healing Your Nervous System is a very modern book. Then all next month, we're going to be diving deep into ancient 5-element theory wisdom. It is just so freaking powerful. Like I love, like each year I have to like reread the books and I just make the presentations better. And I'm just honored to be sharing this wisdom with you guys. Please invite more friends. Let's get more people on here. That's how we change it. Because when you learn this stuff, it's great. When we get more people, it creates a greater frequency and there's more power. Like I'm not here for a popularity contest. I don't care if you like me. I want you to love yourselves and then take that love frequency and share it with as many people as possible. But let's do a little meditation to finish up. So I will